Hello, kindergartners. I miss y'all so much. I'm so proud of how hard you've been working. This week I'm going to do a little read aloud for our reader book that we do every week. So this week it's going to be on One Little Mouse. It's by Dori Chaconas and illustrated by Luan Pham. So who can remind me, what does it mean if it's by someone? That's right. That means it was written by them, so they wrote the words. And what does it mean if it says it's illustrated by someone? Yes, that means they made the pictures. So I want you to pay close attention in this book while I'm reading to the characters, which remember, those are the people or the animals that are in it. So maybe it's about the little mouse since it's called One Little Mouse. Let's see what other animals or characters are in it. I want you to focus on the setting. Remember, that's the place. That could be outside, that could be in a house, the grocery store, things like that. And then I want you to pay close attention to the main idea, so the main thing that happens and that it's about, okay? So let's get started. One Little Mouse. One little mouse took a look at his house deep in the woodland ground. This nest is too small, not roomy at all. There must be a new one around. So on the first page, we could notice there are some rhyming words. The words small and all, right? Two blackish moles peeked out of their holes and called to the mouse passing by, "We have a fine nest in which you can rest." So the little mouse thought he would try. But their diet was wormish, and that made Mouse squirmish. He very soon said goodbye. So on this page, wormish and squirmish rhyme. Remember, you're still thinking about the characters, so remember the animals that are in it. Three meadow frogs were leaping from logs. A mouse thanked them politely, but curling up tightly, he found it too cold for a bed. With a wheeze and a sneeze, he was sure he would freeze. "This never will do," he said. Okay, so I want you to tell your parents or your siblings what words rhymed on this page. Here's a closer look. Remember the characters. Okay. Four bobwhite quail ran up from the vale. "If you're looking for someplace to rest, we have a nice hollow, and if you will follow, we think we have room for a guest." But Mouse found it bumpy and clumpy and lumpy, just too many eggs in the nest. Five greeny snakes from the meadows and lakes hissed, "Come home with us if you dare." "No, thank you," Mouse cried, and hurried to hide. Snakes gave him a terrible scare. Six baby cottontails hopped along hilly trails. "Come, little mouse, share our bed." "Oh, thank you," said Mouse. "I'm in need of a house." And he happily laid down his head. But the cottontails bunched up and crunched up and hunched up, and soon he scrunched up, Mouse said. So cottontails are what animal? Can you guys see? That's right, they're bunnies. Seven gray squirrels ran in circles and swirls, then carried Mouse up to their nest. "You may stay here with us if you don't make a fuss." And Mouse said, "I will do my best." But the nut nest was clicky and clacky and cracky. He left without one bit of rest. 8 chickadees flew in with the breeze. "We have a fine place in the willow." But Mouse said, "Dear me, I can't sleep in a tree. Imagine a branch for a pillow." 9 porcupine waddled by in a line. They called to the mouse, "Good day, we have a nice den right here in the glen." "Thank you," Mouse answered, "I'll stay." But their sharp quails were sticking and picking and prickling, so Mouse quickly went on his way. Ten small opossums were eating plum blossoms. "Come on, sleep with us," they were singing. They knotted his tail, and Mouse let out a wail to find himself suddenly swinging. "A terrible tizzy, I'm upside down, dizzy. A mouse tail is not made for clinging." Then Mouse turned around to the darkening wood and scampered along just as fast as he could, back to his own little comfortable house, so tiny and tidy, just right for a mouse. And when evening shadows crept over the ground and covered the woodland, here's what he found. Hi, Paisley. Are you gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? 10 small opossums asleep in the glen, 9 porcupine nestled up in the den, 8 chickadees roosting high in the willows, 7 gray squirrels using soft tails for pillows. Six baby cottontails snug in their nest, 5 greeny snakes coiled up for a rest, 4 bob-white quail very still in the vale, 3 meadow frogs sleeping on logs, 2 blackish moles deep in their holes. And one little mouse, one tired little mouse, one content little mouse sound asleep in his house. The end. Okay, now that I have finished reading the story, I want you to think about the animals that you saw, and I want you to think about which animal's home you would like to sleep in and why. So over this week, you can draw me a picture, you could write a sentence, you could send me a video explaining which animal home you'd want to sleep in and then why. Okay, I hope you liked the story this week. Goodbye, guys.